all on this journey with us. Here in this talk show, we are going to talk about some of the most stigmatized topics. We are going to help the youths have a platform to speak about topics which are taboo. For example, sexuality, mental health, sex ed, and many, many more to come. So let's begin with our talk by introducing ourselves first with Stuti.
I'm Stuti Subba, and I was the previous host for the GR Inside 60s. Yeah.
My name is Abel Edwards. I am from Darjeeling, born and raised.
I am Swaroop. I'm from Darjeeling, currently working at Gr.
My name is Bivechna Chettri, and I'm working as the operations manager at GR Records. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sunaina. I work as the managing director in GR Records.
So let's begin with the talk.
Before that, we would thank J Complex and J4 for providing us with this cozy
beautiful
venue for the podcast. And we would also like to give a shout out to J4 Cafe, Glenaries, if you guys have free time to check it out.
So let's begin with our talk. One question I'd like to ask is, I'm studying in Darjeeling, never been out. You know about my experience, and I told that how I want to experience going outside. Hopefully I will for masters. So, do you think that my perspective will help me, overcome this small town, mentality that we have?
See that I feel like that again, unless you go out, your experience and my experience, like I said, even if you're going to the same place, it's going to vary because you'll have a mindset for a place, right? Okay, for example, if you're going to Delhi, you've heard a lot of stories about Delhi. So, I have my own notion of Delhi. Okay, this is how I look at Delhi. I don't know how you look at Delhi. So I feel like it's going to, differ a lot. And again, what is that you're going for? Like he said, like, when he was going to New Zealand, he was thinking about all the parties, and he had a mindset because of what he'd seen in the movies, or probably what he heard about. So it totally depends on what you are and going for as well. What's your take in life?
Yeah. So if could be, I'm just drawing a comparison. If I have a friend studying here, never been out, same like me, and my perspective on Darjeeling is I still find ways to grow. So, and my friend has I'm just giving an example, has the mentality of, it's just Darjeeling, there's nothing here, we can't do anything, and she will just sit at home, just go for classes, not doing any extracurriculars. So do you think that matters?
It matters. I think so. It matters a lot. See, for that matter as well, you've been saying that you want to go out, but for whatever reasons you've not been able to go for now. But whatever you guys are doing is very productive, isn't it? Yeah. You aren't just going to college and coming home and you're just sitting. So you have you're inquisitive and you're willing to learn. Right now, what we're doing is also actually it's a first time for at least us, not them, but at least us. It's a first time, and this itself is a learning, And we're not thinking about, okay, what are the mistakes? We're not thinking about it that way, we're just open about it. And to just have that kind of a mental thing also, I think so it's important, just to be open to whatever is being offered. And
Stuti, if I'd like to ask you something about perspective and about open-mindedness. How much open-mindedness do you think you are as a generation belonging to Generation Z?
I really don't know, but I can't scale it, right? Like 1 to 100.
I mean, you can. If it is 1 to 10, then
compare it to our generation.
Yeah, compare it to
I'm
1 to 10.
Pretty open about it, because I come from a family background who's pretty open about many stuffs. Mostly मान्छेहरू हुन्छ नि कतिवटा फ्यामिलीमा एउटै छोरी हो एउटै छोरा हो घरमै बस्नुपर्छ किनभने तिनीहरू छैन भने यो हुँदैन
no family tree
हामीलाई कोही हुँदैन अब एउटै छोरी हो माया गरेर राख्नुपर्छ. That's not it, man. From my family perspective, my mom is it's your life, you have to do it on your own, हैन. म हुन्छु तिमीसँग तिमीलाई हेर्नुको लागि at certain point of time. After that you're on your own. नत्र भने दार्जिलिङको mostly parents are mo chu ni chora, mo chu ni chori. But I never got that kind of, like, don't worry, like that. She's like, my parents are like, if you can't do it, you have to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
So I think that is how I came up with the, like, process. While I was studying in Darjeeling, I had like different mindset. But I went to Silla not thinking that mo janju tya mindset change गरेर आउँछु. It just happened. People living in Darjeeling, they think they're open-minded. Yeah, it's fine. But once they go out, they'll have a different perspective about it, Nita.
Okay.
Our experience brings out different mindset. It's all about our trials and errors at this point. So yeah,
Anything you'd like to add on that?
So it's not your studies that's like changing your mindset, okay? It's just your day-to-day, just living outside, just one day at a time, everything that whatever you're facing, I think that's building you, that's helping you grow rather than just your academics or just attending college. It's the outside world that helped me more. Like outside college, that was more like, I say, when I think about things, my life in Delhi, I can only think about other things that we were into, be it anything. Academics is there, it's always going to be there, 8 to whatever time we had to attend, we used to attend. But all of that we don't actually remember, right? It's more of the co-curricular activities you were into, whatever, just like being like from Darjeeling, just going for the parties itself, you remember the first time you went for a party, and that itself was an experience, right? Okay, like, okay, this is something I shouldn't be doing after a certain point. So it comes with time, So yeah, I think that's what helps you grow.
I mean, as to what Stuti said, like, they think they're open-minded, maybe they are. So I think open-mindedness also comes from the knowledge that you have about certain things. I think open-mindedness for different people could mean different things. Like for our parents, open-mindedness might start from clothing. For us, it might start with trying to go abroad. Because again, there's this notion in Darjeeling that I think is that goes around, is that once you go abroad, you don't come back because you experience a life there. So then they restrict you from like going outside or like stuff like that. Now open-mindedness could mean a lot of things for a lot of people. So
that itself it's not a limiting subject. It's a very
We're talking so much about going out. Do you think that brain drain has become a major problem in India due to students going out? Any views on that?
That's the first time I heard brain drain.
Me too.
Basically, working people going out.
Basically, brain drain is the word itself, brain. So Indian minds are searching and seeking for opportunities outside because there's more opportunity outside. So whatever you are describing is going abroad, going outside of India to gain more experience. So, and brain drain has actually, it lowers the economy of India. So any views you have on that? Because any one of you is like very patriotic.
Not in the sense that we wouldn't want to go out for sure. And again, to start off with, factually I might be incorrect about it, but in terms of economy, India is actually doing a lot better than the world outside. So I think it's the other way around that's happening from what I know again. A lot of people are coming to India for opportunities because in terms of IT hub, India is doing really well. And in terms of just your wages, because people aren't well paid here. So in terms of all the manufacturing is actually happening in places like India, Vietnam, all these, wherever the population is more, So I think
labor is cheap.
Labor is a lot cheaper.
So the thing is that you are talking about that how it is not draining. You are on that side, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But what I personally think is that the great brains, for example, if you pass out from IIT, if you pass out from IIT, IIM, these are the top institutions in India. But what they do is, these institutions, the students are recruited by foreign countries. Say they go and work out there, and the growth provided is not in India but to their companies which is abroad. Of course, you would say that they would come back and they would share the same ideas, but in India we see that there is a lot of nepotism going on in case of businesses and all that,
Okay.
So if a person comes up with an idea, okay, and if he's stuck in the employee phase, okay, so he has no growth. Understood? Acceptance of idea is much less in India. So that's the thing. And the second thing is, because of the society that we have in India, it is deeply religious. It's still religious. We study in we live in Darjeeling, but here it is quite open, okay, as you might agree. And but in most parts of India, religion and culture, society, it is entangled with each other, and one thread is pulled, everything gets disrupted. So the thing is that because of the social norms, people tend to just shift. For example, you have LGBTQ people, and the law of them being married is not being passed in India. So of course, due to that also, they will leave India and they'll settle abroad. So what are your views on that perspective on brain drain? Do you think it's a real problem for India?
Like I said, I don't think so it's a major problem. See, I can only talk about the experiences of what I've seen.
Yeah.
At least with the people that I know, they went out just to experience a quality, because the quality of life is slightly different outside.
Yeah.
So they wanted to experience that. So that's the main reason they went out. Not because in India the company is not willing to pay them or anything. Nothing of that sort. Maybe in terms of just the quality of education or quality of life, which is slightly better than what it is here. So that's the reason they chose to go outside. But again, see, it's not that for everyone. That's what I feel. So we can't really say that we are brain draining people or we.
So it's like what he said. Home is where his heart is. So
see,
you're more of a person who'd come back eventually. Is it?
Yeah.
See, for me, I didn't choose to come back to start off with. Okay, I was kind of forced to come back. I thought I was coming here for a month, 2, but it so happened that I was sucked in, and it just went on, and it's been last 5 years that I've been here. And now what's happening is, in terms of responsibility, it's just like growing. So it feels like it's a whirlpool thing, it's just sucking me in. Not that I'm not enjoying. I like this industry. I'm in the hotel industry, so I kind of like it, hospitality sector. But otherwise, given an opportunity, I'd want to be outside, experience something outside, and come back for sure. But now it's kind of too late. So I'm happy with the place I am in.
So what about you, Abel?
Yeah.
Because you have been outside, you've lived outside for quite a bit, but still, like Da mentioned, people go out for the quality of life. What draws you back?
I think it's the people. I think Alice was that. I think it's the people, because when I compare my life in New Zealand and compared to maybe home, I know New Zealand is good quality of life, first world country, yada yada yada, but it's a really independent life where I work 6 days a week, do my thing, come back home, just chill, have a smoke or have some dinner, and then my time, my perception of time is also different. It just, my weeks just go bum bum bum, and don't get me wrong, I'm not enjoying it. I am enjoying it, and there was a lot of growth, like we discussed alikiti. I just feel like if I'm there, my life will just finish so quickly. Would you like here?
So you're stuck in the Matrix.
You said it. You know about the Matrix?
Top G. What are you talking about? Top G.
So like I feel I can do more here. I have more to give here. I have like everybody has a lot to give, and then it's opportunity, situation. So I feel I can give more about more to who knows more, give more to people. So but I didn't say it was good. I had my I love motorcycles, I love riding, so I had a nice bike. I'd go around whenever I found the time, maybe thrice a year. So I enjoyed those aspects of maybe going to the supermarket and you get everything there, basically everything, as much as you can get it, the convenience of living there, stuff like that. But when I keep on zoom out and look at in a different perspective, what's important for me in my life? What do I want from my life? Like at the end of my life, when I'm taking my last few breaths, what will I think about? Will it be, supermarket, get everything, like, or will it be the connections I've made and how much I've contributed, maybe, or not? Okay, or like some effects I might have had, or just people are everything. Businesses are run by people, so in the sense that I think it's the people. Just come back, not to distract myself. It's the memories that count. Yeah, it's the people, because okay, go on.
Yeah, to come up with that, when you think of school, no? Like, see, we've all passed out from school, right? So you go to school right now, it's gonna feel so different. The structure is the same, okay? So at that spur of moment when we were studying, it's the people who were surrounding us that made it, whatever, that memory that you're talking about is basically that. Like when you go to school right now, I don't feel that. Because the teachers aren't the same, my friends aren't around, I don't know anyone. So it doesn't even feel like school, Not that I don't love my school. Yes, I love my school. I'm fortunate. I feel privileged that I studied there, and it's helped me a lot in life. But when I go to school right now, it doesn't feel the same because the people aren't around, So I think so. Continuing with whatever he said, everywhere is the people that makes it makes it home or makes it livable, or say like comes there. It's
exactly.
The people.
Yeah. So I'd like to ask Stuti about her hobbies. Okay. Let's get with that.
No, but I'd like to ask you guys as well. How do you come up with all of this? The GR records. Who's the brain for it? How do you guys come up with it? How are you guys now a part of it? How are you guys integrated right now? Just want to know,
Okay, Sunaina.
So it started off as a fun thing during COVID between Anmol and his friends.
Okay.
And then they took out a few songs, and then eventually we did a song together. And then that's when it got a little serious, because that was the first music video that we had, like an official music video.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was just like, what do you think we can do with it? Because obviously it's a record label. We had the space to create. We had people who knew what they were doing. So we were just like, let's start it. Let's function properly. Let's start with music, obviously, because it's a record label. So we started with music, and then it went off, when he went to Australia, because he was the main producer. So everything dispersed, like everyone went their own ways. Everyone was going off to college, everyone was starting school, COVID was over, so we had to get on with our lives. But then once he got to Australia, obviously the Matrix, so he got into the Matrix and he was like, I want to do more. I can't just stay here and work for I don't know how many hours and still not feel like I've achieved something. So we decided to work properly. So we started out with professionalism. We started to do things professionally. We wanted to host meetings, we wanted to brainstorm, and then we had more employees joining us. And then I think everyone has used their brains into making what it is right now, and what we have accomplished so far is not even something that we've done for an entire year. It's just something that we've done for about the past 5 months. So when we made our own website, we realized how important it is for a company to have a website, because that is a short summary of everything that you do, and that's where people can access everything that you have. And then we realized there's a lot of small businesses in Darjeeling who might not have a website. So let's make them a website, let's help them out, let's give back, let's do something together, let's empower them. So we started our web designing services, and then obviously music production services. There's a lot of talented people here in Darjeeling. There's a lot of people that sing. So we wanted to give them opportunities. We wanted to give them a space to record their songs. We wanted to give them a platform where they could showcase their talents. And then with the interviews, again, what we wanted to do is showcase people like you. And who have these large amount of experiences, who have this large amount of things to give back to people, to tell them, so that you can be heard and they can also gain something from your experience. So that's the direction we're taking right now.
Okay.
We don't know where we're going.
Okay.
But that's where we're starting.
Yeah, see, like we've been saying, you know, we've been reiterating this again and again. We're in a learning phase, every one of us, you know. So I've been in this industry for the last 4 to 5 years, but I still feel like a rookie, you know. It's just been, maybe I've just learned about 10% of it. So that learning never, like, you know, it never stops, and it never, like, there's no limit to it, you know. But it's so nice to see you guys doing whatever you're doing. You've such a versatile characters, you know. I mean, I know, like, I don't want to play the naming game, but I know few of them who's involved with Anmol. I know like few kids, I'd say, and everyone is so different, but again, they're very talented. Someone must be like, I know a few who's damn good when it comes to singing and musically very talented. The others, maybe they're good with softwares and editing part. So your group seems pretty interesting, you know, and that's the reason I was interested and intrigued by whatever's happening, and I wanted to know, you know. So that's how I am, how we are here. Yeah.
Like we literally started from like a dark storeroom. That was our studio with like $0. We were like broke as fuck. Like we didn't have anything to provide for the studio, right? But then still the people are those that mattered, because if they weren't there, no one would have like supported. And then Anmol was a big factor, because as he says, he's the root of it all. So yeah, it started from a small, like,
congested room.
Yeah, let's say dark room to a nice studio that we have finally like managed to put out with our own money that we get from the studio and the music that we make. So yeah, it's like pretty amazing.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, see, I can talk about it more because I know Anmol personally. I've seen him since a kid, you know, like we literally like kind of grew up together types. So I've seen the changes and whatever he went through, you know, and to see him do whatever he's doing right now, it's like, it's a proud moment for us as well. And every time I'm messaging him, I tell him that, you know, don't stop whatever you're doing. Yeah, that hustling is like, it's like you can see it, you know, not because he's uploading something or not because of that, but whatever he's achieving, whatever he's doing, I'm pretty sure it's not easy to, you know, have everyone in one umbrella, give them, okay, this is what I want, and, you know, have them on board with you. It's not easy at all, right? We were talking about it last time as well, and you guys are, from what I know, it's like it's spread everywhere, right?
So we have obviously people working from different places. We have people working from UK, we have people working from the Philippines, we have people working from Australia and India. So I think the other thing that what we wanted to do is introduce these people to each other, because what we, like you said, you know, people is what make the place what it is. So what we try to do is we're a family. That's what we say. We're a family. We're working together towards something. So when we achieve something, it's not just one person that achieves something. It's all of us, regardless whether you didn't like, if you worked on that project or not, you're still a part of it because you're a part of the family. So whatever we achieve as individuals as well, if she's doing a song, she does well, it's the entire team effort.
It's an achievement for everyone, right?
So it's a win for everyone. So that's how we function and that's how we work. So I think that's also what makes it, you know, like I wouldn't say we're successful yet, but I think we will be, because there's a lot of love, there's a lot of, you know, support to each other regardless of what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
So I think that's what is going to help us eventually in the future. So about your businesses, as I know, your business also comes from a family, from your dad to you. So what does it feel like for you?
So it's an extended family that we have here. Like you're saying, you know, that's very important to implement that idea among your staff. That is a family thing, and everything is interlinked. So the hotel also has different sectors, right? And it's an interlinked, you know, it's an interlinked institution, I would say. So for example, if one person is not doing good, then the entire institution is gonna, like, you know, it's gonna
falter,
take a toll, or like falter for sure. So it's more of that. So it's important to implant that idea that it's a extended family, and you need to, everyone is important, from your utility staff to your production to your front office. Everyone is important, you know, and to make them feel that, and you have to literally tell them that every day on everyday basis.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of work. And not that, see, like it was more like a first-hand experience for me as well, and I hadn't managed so many people initially. So the first year was again very difficult. The first time I fired someone, I got emotionally drained myself, so that took a toll on me. And you slowly learn more of that.
Congratulations to you.
Still trying to go about it, and it's a very competitive, cutthroat competition. There's so many hotels, and again we are a standalone property. We don't have chain all over other places. So for us, we need a different way of functioning, and we've been trying to whatever we see, whatever we learn, we discuss among our friends, and we're trying to improvise and expand as much as we can.
So what about you, Abel? Glenarys has been around since forever.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it like for you working there?
Can't talk too much because I've only come back. It's been 4 months since I've been trying to manage the business. It's a generational thing, and it's an opportunity for me because, honestly speaking, I've done nothing for it. I've done nothing to be able to run this business, Manuna. But I'm slowly learning about it. It's kind of like learning about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
When you're smaller, you don't really care. You're doing whatever you do as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then the yo pali chai business aliti handle garda. Started by fixing the lights, the smallest of things, I know. And so as I learn more, get deeper into it, and I'm on the field, I learn what the business is about. It's kind of like a family. It's like 160 people, and with the people there comes their problems, their own aspirations, their own wishes for their families and stuff. So basically, not to get distracted again, Glenarys is like an institution where it does more than just the business. It helps people, builds roads, blah blah blah. Not going to talk about that here, but I can talk more about my work in New Zealand actually, because
go for it. Sure.
Because Glenarys is still new to me, working in Glenarys and stuff like that. So going to New Zealand first time, and never worked a day in my life, never did anything, never had to cook, don't know how to cook. So I had to get a job because obviously I couldn't ask for money all the time. It's kind of awkward after some and so I got a job at McDonald's.
Okay.
I got a job at McDonald's, and a little bit of information is going back to, I was really shy, not open, and socially super duper awkward. So the first time I remember going to a McDonald's, I wasn't working yet. It took me 10-15 minutes to come up with what I want, because I don't know the freaking combos, and I was too shy to make eye contact and order, and so I was so nervous, and so I started with the mumbling and so I knew I needed to change that, but it took me a long time. And then so fast forward, working in McDonald's taught me a lot. I hated it first. More than the job, let's talk about my feelings. I hated it. I really hated it. Being having to work for money. It sounds so okay from a privileged position. Having to work for my own money for the first time, it was tough at that time. I was looking back, whatever, right? Tedi Bella said, how can I describe it? I felt like a slave. My time is not my time. I have to go and do this work here because I need the dough. I need the money. And so it was accepting phase. It's even in the smallest scale, it was just accepting that this is how most of the world functions. Because you go and work 9 to 5, 5 days a week, whatever. So that was a big thing for me. It was good because I would have never learned otherwise. So once I got over that fact that I have to work and I have to wear the uniform, it's greasy in the kitchen, there's a manager who I really hate, I hated that man just so much. I wished death upon him. So like literally, because I was like, and he was somebody from India, and then I was like, I know where you come from. Like, I don't know if I can say all of these, but
No, it's fine.
and so
Unfiltered.
oh yeah, true.
Unfiltered.
So after I got over that hump of accepting that then I just wanted to get better and better and better, so nobody could tell me shit. I know my job, so nobody. I didn't like people telling me off. Obviously, when I didn't know, they would have to teach me. But so yeah, I tried to get better at my job. I was in the kitchen making burgers, and then by the end of it, I would make a cheeseburger within, say, 20 seconds, because I was like, it was a game. And a lot of things I compared to games, because I used to play games when I was smaller on the computer and stuff like that, these simple stuff. And then so during my learning process, they put me at the front to talk to customers and take orders, on the computer and stuff like that. I fucked up. I fucked really bad. And then they pulled me back. It's like, okay, go back to the kitchen. And so it was embarrassing. It was like ego, blah, blah, blah. And then, so I just thought I'll do better at this because this is what I know. And so I got really good at it. And by the end of the 2 years or so, when I had to leave because I finished my course, I had to get a job related to the course I've done. It was in management position. I was sad. And thinking of the first time I walked in, I hated it, and leaving it, I was sad because I felt I learned a lot. And like McDonald's is a place where you meet a lot of young people, like students, part-time. It's a lot of young people. So when I had to leave, I was super sad, but with a grateful heart. Like I learned a lot, and now the next step was, how do I be a manager in a restaurant, cafe, whatever? Because to extend my visa, I had to be on a certain pay bracket. And somebody helped me, and I got a job as the dishwasher in a cafe. And the same process all over again. Fuck the shit. I hate it. Like, bartan dhonu. And the same kind of philosophy there. Like, I would be the best, the fastest. Nobody can tell me stuff. So that kind of worked for me because I wanted to level up, like going back to the game, you level up, you get more experience, you level 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And so the dishwasher mom, after some time, I don't know how long, under a year maybe, I was pretty good at it. Like I would clear the dishes quickly, polish it the best. And so I had to think about my visa. So I can't be a dishwasher all my life. I have to get my visa. So they put me at the front. And the same thing again, I was still not confident with talking with people, making eye contact. Is
it difficult for you to make eye contact?
Man, I was just like, I don't know, awkward.
Very awkward.
But I think so. It's like he's doing so well these days. He can really talk. The first time I met him after he came from New Zealand, I was shocked. He's like, he's telling me, giving me right, left, at the center. Any topic he's talking about it. And we mostly meet in the evenings, and when we're lightheaded. I don't want to put it that way.
Okay.
No, when you're done with work, you're a little lightheaded. So I'm more of that. And he had a lot of things to talk about, and I was like shocked. That's not the Abel that I know.
One incident that I remember vividly is like to counter him on the bull days, So, okay, coffee, say flat white, blah, blah, blah. Then I said, thank you. And the lady, it was a white lady. Okay? And then she said, sorry, because I was mumbling, thank you. Like, I can't get you. Can you say it again? Thank you. And then she got pissed off because she didn't know what I was trying to say. And all I was trying to say was simply thank you. And,
that's sad.
And she walked away like kind of annoyed, and I felt so embarrassed. I felt so embarrassed that day, and I was feeling a bit down. And I went home and I looked in the mirror. I said, "You fucking need to change, man. Like, I know you can do better. You just like fucking, just I would try me." And then one thing that helped me is like, Darjeeling. Come back to Darjeeling quickly. Come back to Darjeeling. Everybody knows you. You're something or not. Then I thought, I'm nobody. Like, I can be anything I want to be. Like, because nobody knows me here. And I can try to be this today, let me try this accent, let me try to be this guy. And so त्यस्तो गर्दा गर्दा like embarrassing mistakes अझै पुरा बनाए, which I'll not say, but त्यसको I kind of built myself up. And then one thing, when people from India who don't look the typical stereotypical Indian, it's like you always get asked where you from, where you from, and then India, huh? No. You know, the usual thing, like so. One thing that helped me was like because coming back to Darjeeling and being raised Catholic, and having this white man name, growing up, I thought I was different. Like, I'm saying too much, am I?
No, it's fine. It's very nice. You're doing very good.
I'm just being open now.
Yes.
Go for it. Right? And so, looking back, that's what I realized. Like, you're from whatever, like Nam difference. So, and then being Catholic also, my grandparents were super religious. Like, so any like Hindu, Buddhist festivals or tradition, culture, whatever, didn't really get into it so much because old-fashioned grandparents, they were like, you shouldn't do it, all that stuff. And so growing up, basically I thought, I'm different than the rest, fuck that. And then Baira Zanda, like, I wish I knew more about my culture, and I wish I did Baidika and this, because identity is closely connected to your identity, culture, and the religion part. I have nothing against religion, I know.
You're an atheist.
It kind of confused me.
Are you an atheist?
Oh my God, that's...
Amen.
That's a different topic.
I don't know the word. I believe in something.
Yes.
You're spiritual.
Oh.
No?
For sure.
For sure. I'm spiritual.
Sure.
I am spiritual too.
No, what I meant
I'd like to believe so, at least.
Okay, so you have an abstract
The funny
God.
thing about me is, like, as a kid, like, I don't know why I associated Hinduism with Hindi,
Yeah.
Buddhism with Nepali, and
This is Nepali.
and
nice way of seeing
like
Christianity with English.
Christianity with English. So again, I have a lot of different religions in my family. My dad's a Buddhist, my mom's a Christian, my grandmom's a Hindu. अब मन्दिर जाँदा
Best of both.
मन्दिर जाँदा भक्कु हिन्दीमा पूजा गर्यो हो. And then whenever I went to the church, I just pray in English, and then घरमा पूजा गर्दा नेपालमा पूजा गर्यो. So that was like me, And like as a kid, I think I don't know why I associated it like that way, but then that does happen as again.
Mostly,
मलाई त रोज एभ्री सन्डे सेतो कुर्ता लगाएर चाहिँ अब लैजाइदिन्थ्यो कहाँ लैजाएको कोही बेला चर्च ममसँग ड्याडसँग कोही बेला साई बाबा अरे
बाल विकास
I attended Bal Vikash for like 9 years.
Even you're same.
Ambu bro, I'm like
you as well.
You did.
Oh my God. How is it? I'm not.
I
think it's more about discipline, no? Anything about it. Your parents are just trying to get you disciplined. Like Sunday ko lagi, when some co-curricular activity where you're not going haywire. I think so rather than like Sai Baba, nothing against or for him, but it was more about that disciplining your,
And the notion about how people literally pray to him, I have nothing against that, but my perspective is that he might be a preacher. He is a preacher of, knowledge,
But he's not a god.
But I don't, personally, I don't think of it as that. No, it's my personal view. It might be controversial.
Okay, going back to what you were saying.
Actually, what was I on about?
Yeah, so you were on
Spiritual.
about how culturally it, like, comes up to your identity.
Identity crisis type of
situation.
So keep on letting. So people is, but not that it matters a lot, but I would just say Indian and then Aina, then from Nepal. I have to explain a little bit. 3-4 generations ago.
Yeah, please.
And then so I just had a mindset. I kind of worked on that, and I said I'm from nowhere, but I'm from everywhere. I could be whoever, shapeshifter. No. So that helped me because then I wasn't thinking about like मेरो culture थाहा छैन मलाई म सानो हुँदा फरेनरहरूलाई फलो तिनीहरूकै कल्चर हुन्छ नि त्यस्तो टाइप्स क्या अन्त so even New Zealand on that, like I tell people, food of my people, dal bhat, I love it so much. It's like something I can eat every day of my life. Even though I try to eat less nowadays, but that's like, that's the food of my people. So like, basically going back to what I was saying is like, that really helped me like that thought that I'm like nothing, I'm just talking monkey, man, like like doesn't really matter. So just like I got better with my work, and then I used to look at my boss and he was this really witty, funny guy, making jokes all the time, making all the ladies laugh and stuff like that. And I was like, how did you become like, I really admired him. How did you end up like this? Like, and I so observed him and I wish I was like him. I remember having this thought like, man, I want to be like that. And so then I thought I can try, and then so eventually like it worked like that. And then I got to a manager's level, which I had to get for my visa. And then that's how it happened. Going back to the work ethics, like I was the fastest one. I thought I was the fastest clean table niklyo haina, customs clean गरिहाल्यो, like I was the best. Sounds funny.
So you're competitive.
Because so I could tell others, if I do it as a manager, why can't you?
You do it.
Like so then people don't have anything to tell me because I'm doing it and I'm a manager for that cafe, and you have no excuse, bro. Like you have no excuse.
I think you and Sunaina are going to vibe a lot. She has the same mentality.
No, I think a leader, for any level of politics, a leader should lead by example. You can't say you are on the table my boss computer my boss body, like some days maybe you can take your privilege as a manager, but it doesn't suit or it doesn't help that person you're trying to teach them, but timle garer dekhaunu first anta, so tinarle will pick up, because then you can go back to them and say, I'm doing it, you should try to at least. So testai we're talking about work, no?
Are you an easygoing as a manager? Would you like to describe yourself as that?
Easygoing when it's chill, when there's not much happening, enjoy.
Very strict.
One thing is important to me, like you have to enjoy your work.
You have exactly.
That's very important.
You have to enjoy your thing, Abu. So it was again going back to the game thing. I want to be just better at anything I do, Abu. It's like, because I'm gonna distract myself. Like time is passing. This is limited. No, what you do here is totally up to you. Going back to that scene in my deathbed. I'm breathing my last 5 seconds of my life. Like, what did I do?
Exactly.
But it's tough to remember this all the time. It's tough. We all know the answers actually. We all know it, but we forget. Family, money, we get distracted. But what is true is really distorted. Like what is real, So.
Yeah, it's very important to take it a little lightly also. Minus the fun and frolic part, you need to be serious sometimes for sure when it comes to working. But otherwise, again, to break that monotony, you need to enjoy what you're doing, Like I'm looking forward to something like this. This is not what we normally do, but this is, interesting. So something like this could always I am looking forward to something like this, because life here in Darjeeling tends to get a little monotonous. So you're looking for that small, getaway types. Somewhat.
But working in Darjeeling, maybe as far as I know, people are super chill. Not blaming anybody, but that's just how it is, super chill. So, utas maliki sikhe bhanda chai, like when it's busy, no joking around, no fucking around. I want you to do this. Be specific with the instructions too, and then. I'm actually quite particular about what I want with work.
Okay.
I like that's why with me showing like maybe even the motions of wiping the table, make sure it's moist, like like all of these things, and So yeah, generally I'm super. When it's work, I'm super serious. You know, like, and I make a clear division. Work is here. Personal stuff is here. As much as you can, you shouldn't intertwine the both. And that way, I will. So when it was busy, I was super serious. When it's like closing time, I'm always offering a beer. Let's like chill, man. We had a long ass day. F the customers, like let's chill now. So a clear division बनाउनु खोज्थे. And first my मान्छेले बुझ्दैन because I'm really I like to have fun, like to drink हुन्छ नि with the guys, whatever. I like to have fun. And so मेरो workमा यस्तो निक्लिन्छ कोही बेला I make a shitty joke, I make dumb jokes all the time. That's my thing. Yeah. But when it's serious, I totally like switch on. It's like a the mask. It's a mask.
You can flip.
You know,
really fast.
It's just like, because why am I there?
Yeah.
Why am I like, this is work, right? But at the same time, you have your own personal stuff going on, right? But at work, I feel I'm quite serious with what I want. When it's quiet, I'm pretty chill. I understand. We're all the same. That's what I feel. Yeah. But at this life, in this moment, I'm here, you are here, whatever the position is. So I take my job seriously. Like, the reason I'm here is this. Yeah. So once I've done that, everything else is okay. Is pretty okay. So yeah, to answer your question, that's my.
I think so. For all of these, there's no set of rules. You know, it's how you want to do it. Like say, you shouldn't have set of rules for anything. That's what I feel. Whatever you're comfortable with, that's how you should place yourself. Or teach people, then go about it that way, you know. Otherwise, it's gonna be little. Like if you're too strict with people are not gonna enjoy work.
Exactly.
But when it's working time, you have to be strict.
Work is work.
Clear division. Clear division.
So that is something that we, try to make it very clear to everyone who's joining our team. And I don't know if you've noticed, if you see most of the staff again, very young people.
Right.
So if you want to grow together is our main concept, because we ourselves are trying to learn and grow, and you want to help them as much as we can, so more of that.
Like Abel said, like people here we work chill, but sometimes I feel like it's a little too chill.
Yeah, in terms of professionalism, I think so we lacking a lot. Basic punctuality isn't there. But these are things that you try and, you have to grill someone. You yourself need to practice that. So I think so we again in a learning phase where we are trying to do that so that we can, lead by examples, more of that. And just like, continuing with what he was saying, like if you see him work at Glenary's, like if you just go there, not because he's here, and I'm not saying it because he's here, but whatever he's doing, it's inspiring. You'd want to go back and work, So whenever I'm taking a break and I happen to be at Glenary's and see him work, I'm like, oh fuck, he's doing that. I need to go back and it's more of that for me. I don't think I've told him that, but more of that.
Now you've told everyone.
You spoke about knowing yourself better. Yeah, you spoke about that. So what I really think is that, there are so many opportunities available, as we all know, for the time being. There's so many opportunities available. So, individuals, especially youngsters from Darjeeling, since we are doing it for them, I think they are a bit confused, about what to take, what to do in life, knowing about them. It's difficult because there is so much information available, So, what are your views on that?
You want to go first?
I go for it.
You want to go first, right?
No. Okay. Sure. So much. I think it's got a little bit to do with age. I think your brain and
as you're growing.
But and in school it's funny because you try to fit in. You try to fit in, so you're not standing out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like mostly, and so the school process for me was something like that. You're just trying to fit in. You're just trying not to stand out, and so like. In that process, a lot of people maybe kind of lose themselves when they go. They don't know about themselves too much. And in Darjeeling, we're mostly surrounded by a lot of people. You don't have time alone by yourself with your thoughts. And then so, like knowing yourself, Bandam, it's not like, oh, now I know myself. Now
it's not that.
Perfect.
Still a growth.
But like, knowing what kind of person you are, you know, like sometimes somebody invites you for a party and you really don't feel like going, and but you just like, oh, I have to go, and like, you know, I have to, I don't know, whatever. And so just understanding yourself is a big process throughout whatever life, and I don't know, there's different ways on how you can find out about yourself. You can try and spend time with yourself.
No, especially in Darjeeling, what our parents, they've grown up in an environment where they are fed the, you know, straightforward norms about, you know, you need to get a job, you need to do this, and so many parts.
And it comes
in
from
Darjeeling,
a good place.
so many parts in Darjeeling as well. We see that, you know, they are pressurized. They don't know what to do. The youths don't know what to do. Mostly it's because of too much information is available, or pressure of, you know, you have to reach the top. For example, there are so many applicants even in my batch going for NEET and JEE just because that is the trend right now, not because they are enjoying to do it. You know, so that is one of the main basic problems that we are facing. I feel like, you know, that not being able to express and enjoy work.
Like, I personally think, like, mostly oily youth, like, generation right now, no? Mostly they are, like, scared, because Darjeeling mentality ko sunja, mo bhaigar, timi bhaigar. Like, I'm on your level, kya? If you can do that, I can do that too, kya? But, like, testo comfort zone ma basek cha ki, mostly the youths, they wanna try it. Bhन्छ pani kya? E garchai, mo chai yesto bhanera. But when it comes to, like, actually doing it, they are like, के त्यो क्या हुन्छ नि, ला म त सक्दिनँ, what if यस्तो हुन्छ अनि यो आन्टीले चाहिँ मेरो बारेमा यो कुरा गर्छ अनि सक्यो मेरो. They are so concerned about other people thinking about that. यो नानी त यस्तो छ, उसको घरको यस्तो.
Yeah, the society is built that way,
man. Like, exactly, like our youth now is like so pressurized with this.
We are trying to break that thing.
Yes,
we are in that phase of breaking the old norms.
Exactly.
But it's very difficult for us.
Like,
we are clashing.
Already get it.
See, my suggestion. Okay.
No.
So my suggestion for that would be like, I wish we had a part-time work garne culture here.
Exactly.
That is something that I enforce all my younger cousins, like your friend Niharika. I forced her to work at the hotel for about a month. Not because she had to get into the hotel industry, but I wanted her to be more comfortable talking to people. Like my
independence. Also.
Not exactly independent, but I didn't want her to be awkward in front of people, you know.
Okay.
Like, I just want her to be able to talk to people. And that's the sole motive I had, you know, when you go out, because you need to talk, you need to figure out your ways. So I feel like even if we have that little bit here, I think so, people are going to change a lot in terms of just the thought process. Mindset. It's going to change a lot. So even if it means, like, my suggestion would be, even if it means for an hour, you should definitely work somewhere. That's because I didn't do it. I would want, like,
it's not because of money.
And
not
even
for
if,
money,
like,
not for money.
Experience.
Just your experience, not
It's quite difficult though.
It's
quite, like, but I never thought about it.
But when you think about it, like, don't you think so? I would be more than happy to have college students here working for us in different positions, you know, because they can really talk. They can help us, like, you know, convince people. And the same goes with you, like, say, in form of business, we're selling something. I think they're better with their words, you know. Not that I'm comparing with my staff, but I think so they are better because they've seen it, they know about things better. So I feel that I'm open to having people, you know, like, who's studying, like, work for us for even if it means for a couple of hours,
But then again, I feel like in Darjeeling, like, you know, college students might not really want to do that.
I think it's divided. I think it's divided.
I think it's more of that. What I've seen recently, there are a lot of outsiders here studying. So not because they are, like, say, not for money, but they're willing to learn. We did have a lot of students working, helping us with the GR, the guest relation. There are a lot of people who's helping us. Like, till date, there were people, like, recently, just over about a month, they've left us. Otherwise, we had a lot of people who's helping us, just, like, you know, talk to people. No major work, but just talking to people and making them feel comfortable at home. So we had a lot of people, like, students helping us with that.
But like Stuti said, no, like, people, Amro youth mache, it's like, the more concerned about what are people going to think of me. So they're like, even if they want to learn, they will restrict themselves from going to work because their friends will see.
Yeah.
Then there's obviously the older generation that's like त्यसको छोरा त यहाँ पो काम गर्दो रहेछ त्यसको छोरा त यस्तो गर्दो
घरमा चाहिँ के भयो होला?
त्यो त घरमा के भयो?
Exactly.
Judgmental त्यो छ नि.
So त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ I think the youth also they try to restrict themselves from doing this and that. Like even with us with GR Records, we faced a little bit of backlash where people are like, why are you doing this? This is so cringe, this is so lame. But yeah, I think for us like who are in it for the time being, we don't care because we know where we want to go. But again, right now that is the case where like people are mentally even like scared to do something because of what people are going to say. And then घरमा पनि त्यही हुन्छ क्या सोसाइटीले यस्तो भन्छ मान्छेले राम्रो भन्दैन. So that's why I feel like there is a bit of restriction even though opportunities are provided.
That is why people tend to go abroad, no? Like as हाम्रो youth ma, because it's not about the economy India को त्यसले होइन क्या. Our
brain drain is because
there,
of the society.
But then it's because of the judgmental thinking
the society.
that they have. They want nothing but like freedom to do what they want.
Yeah.
But if we our भोलिको दिनमा if we want to do something in Darjeeling, हल्लै हुन्छ क्या त्यो अब 2 घण्टामा हल्लै हुन्छ ममाको 20 मिस कल्स आउने हो घरबाट घर गएर गन.
That's
like
why we created this platform, no?
Yeah, exactly. So the youth right now they should know क्या.
Yeah, the
there's
society
nothing wrong
should.
in like
Wanting
finding yourself and like wanting to do what you want, no matter even if your best friend is like judgmental because that person is
Doesn't care. It doesn't matter at all. Yeah, that's why
Get that money, kitchen.
this platform is that's why created so that the youth can be aware and we can make a little difference in the society.
Exactly.
I think
This
you guys are
helps.
already doing it, right? The way I see it, I think you guys are already doing it.
We
like,
so much.
I'm pretty sure like your friends would want to be doing whatever you're doing for sure.
Yeah,
like whoever follows you, like whatever number you have for GR Records.
Yeah.
I'm just checking your Instagram page. It looks so happening. It looks so nice. There's so many things happening.
Yeah.
So looking at that, I'm pretty sure like 5 people are like really want to be doing what you're doing, and they must be copying you for sure.
Yeah.
So see, it's an inspiration. You
it
guys
is,
are
it
an
is.
inspiring factor for so many. Maybe you're unaware of it, but yeah, it looks interesting for sure. It looks very professional. So.
Yeah, there are like couple of people who think like GR Rec is the trend or like everyone's like joining accounts only for like just to show that we are doing something, but no,
But
man,
it is not.
We are doing something we want because
It's
at the end
very
of the
professional.
day, yeah, we are earning. And there are like couple of friends who didn't support us, like right as the youth, they think right, साथीहरुले यस्तो भन्ला. No, those people who are gonna support you, they're gonna be there at the end of the day, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So if you have people who don't support you in doing certain thing that you wanna do, then they are not worth your time, your effort. So yeah, that's it. So
especially if it comes to personal growth, if it's going to make you grow as a person and your surrounding is just like not supportive, I think you should reconsider not your surrounding, maybe just like going.
But just in
somewhere with
Darjeeling
it.
as well, I feel like there's so many things happening, so many people doing so many interesting stuff. It's just that okay, when you come here for a holiday, like when you're studying outside, you come here for a holiday, you're always having fun, just about it. But when you're here for a good like amount of time, there's no again specification of that, but when you're here for a very long time, you get to see a lot of things happening and a lot of people doing a lot of interesting things. I don't want to be that naming game, but some interesting stuff are happening around. Just with people of our age, your age, everyone. There are people who's doing serious stuff as well. Maybe they need just a little bit more.
Push a little push.
Just with the youth working Darjeeling is the big city for the hills. So when people from the basti area, it's the big city So what I'm trying to say is like the core back manchile चाहिँ गरिरहेको छ. So in some way like people who don't have to work will not work because of other reasons. त्यो मान्छेले के भन्छ त्योहरू छ सबै छ तर somebody who has to pay for his mom's medical bills उसको गरिरहेछ
for sure.
गरिरहेछ.
He's doing so well.
So there's no
he has nothing
excuse.
to lose नि त. त्यो भन्दा उसको mindset चाहिँ I'm doing it for my family, I have nothing to lose. Whereas अर्को who has better opportunity, they're like हुन्छ नि certain perspective.
I think parents also play an important role.
I think so. Here we are among the fortunate ones talking about going abroad, like having to study somewhere. कुनी बाहिर जान्छु हैन. But again, there are the other half, like more than
less
half.
privileged.
Yeah, I wouldn't say less privileged, but it's just that they didn't get the opportunity to. So here they find, they're trying to look for the opportunity that maybe they would get here, Khalko.
Yeah.
Darjeeling is giving them all of that. So we have, if you see most of the people working for us, for that matter, they're all people from outskirts of Khalko. And they are here looking for opportunities like what we did. We're looking for opportunities outside. So that's what they're doing here, you know. Yeah, just so.
If a person is like driven and no matter what situation he or she is in, गर्छ नि अब गर्नेले त गरिरहेको छ नि त त्यो हो नि त खास त. It's all about the mentality that you have for yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I feel like if you do get an opportunity, you should definitely work, even if it means for an hour or two, not for money, but just to discipline yourself. And I think so that's something that I would want to suggest to all the young ones. Like work somewhere, anywhere, be it anything, even if it means for half an hour, 1 hour. Just get that experience. You know, it's gonna help you a lot. That's what I feel. Yeah.
So the experience matters much more. Yeah.
Take the risk.
Yeah, and if you do need help, you should always ask. You know, that's something that we don't do, right? We hesitant about asking for help. But I think so there are a lot of good people who's willing to help you with a lot of things. So you need to ask them. You know. Yeah.
अलिक ढिलो भयो है
अलिक
ढिलो भयो लालु
त्यसो भने
चाहिँ
watching, guys.
फेरि भेटौँला
together 1 2 फेरि भेटौँला